Hey YouTube, coming at you with my first Spring Cup team and Klefki. So I did have one. I think it was in some event over the past few years that I just happened to get a couple. So want to try it out, and it's a really interesting. I think it is an extremely strong Pokemon for this meta, but not because of its moveset. I actually found the moveset very underwhelming because Astonish is fine, although it's not stab, not same type attack bonus because it's a ghost, so it's a good move. And then foul play being, I think, as a nerf, like lower energy but lower damage on a non-stab Pokemon was just not good. And then the play roughs take 18 to get to, so it's kind of slow. So I was like, this moveset's kind of weird. I don't really love it. But then the typing was just fantastic because there's so many grass and so many, not so many fairies, but like a couple fairies and the grass and Psywave users and Lapras. So it's just like you resist so much. So I did well with the team because of it. You can see I hit veteran now. I've only played like 200 games, but I got maybe a little more than that. But yeah, so Klefki great. I actually started with Klefki, Wheezing, Lapras, and then two things. I was like, I don't have no moves for like steel, and then I also was double weak to ground. So I switched this. You're gonna see with Wheezing for a couple, and then you're going to see the rest with feraligatr as the new safe swap. So Klefki here. This one's kind of like an evenish matchup. I'm wondering if I will let this first move go just to see how much it does. No, I'm going to try and catch. But did not work, but out comes Credilli. They do get to a move. And it is the Rock Tomb. Well, at least this one's at neutral, at least. Unlike all the other times that Rock Tomb is thrown at me. Actually, sorry, it's super effective. It's super effective, and so is Grass Knot. But Ice Beam is super effective, so I land that. And Surf is neutral because they're half rock. So flipping switch right there. Out comes a feraligatr to try and maybe claw down. They do end up tossing here. Is this when this is when I still had Wheezing. Let's see where I go. Yeah, I'm going to go Klefki. I'll probably take one, only because I want to see how much it does. No other reason. I would normally shield the Hydro Cannon, but I'm like, I want to see how strong this Pokemon is. Also, don't throw a Play Rough into a Poison. I remember this whole matchup. I was like, what am I doing? But again, it's such a weird one. It's like Play Rough with same type attack bonus resisted probably does more than Foul Play. So like if you're going to only get one move off, it's actually may not be the worst one to get off there. So Wheezing in here is... Wheezing was interesting. I'm using it on my second team, which you'll see maybe tomorrow. It's the spam with the Sludge is great. I felt like I missed Brutal Swing in some situations because there was a lot of Jellicents. I ran into a lot of Jellicents, so when you only have Poison and Fire, everything was resisted. So that was really tough. While at the other times, I've overheated at least a 2 Mile with the overheat that you definitely need with that. So pick your poison, right? You're not going to have coverage for Jellicent and Mawel, depending on your moveset. I mean, unless you run like Brutal Swing overheat, which would be a crazy moveset to run, but you could, theoretically. Anyways, take that out. Let's talk about what's at play here. Sludge this out for the win. Palkia, yeah, this one's spicy. Shadow Palkia into a Lapras. So I was like, okay, let's just do some chip damage and then mirror match, because I can't go Wheezing because Psywave is super effective. And then I'm like, oh man, that did nothing. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that Foul Play did nothing to the Lapras, and that Sparkling Aria took me to 50%. So that's rough. I do manage to catch a Sparkling Aria here on my own Lapras. So taking that resisted damage. They are pretty low. Unfortunately, not low enough that this Sparkling Aria will take them out, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this is another one. Limited metas. Maybe I'll remind myself in 10 minutes to talk about this. With the limited meta, because there's only like 10 Pokemon, like this is another one where it's like half the time I wish I had Skull Bash for the Lapras mirror match, and all the other water Pokemon. But then at times when I was able to Ice Beam like Credillian stuff, you wanted that. So it's another one of those just like when the meta is so limited, so much for future talking about, I'm talking about right now. When the meta is so limited, you can't like, what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that like in the Open Great League, the standard moveset has a lot more viability, but in these limited cups, you kind of box yourself in against certain Pokemon because the meta is so limited, and you see those Pokemon a ton. So Mawile here, so bad lead, and this is the first time I realized like, oh yeah, Steel. I have no answers for Steel with Wheezing on this, because I have an Overheat, but the Fairy Wind and the Sludge are resisted, so like that's not a great combo to have here. So I think I switched it up after this one. I also remember running into a Gastrodon once, and I was just like, oh no, this is bad here too. But between Psywave and Sparkling Aria, I grabbed 2 shields from this thing, which means I can now overheat it for the rest here. And that's why I'm going straight into this. I don't mind having to burn. Oh no, right. What am I doing? Because it is half fairy. So I thought like, okay, this will at least. I thought I would do more because I know Steel resists, and I know Fairy takes super effective from poison. Steel double resists poison. So Steel double resists, Fairy takes super effective. It is a net still single resisted, so that is not enough to take it out. A lot of damage is done here on the Wheezing. Get off this Sludge. Glycopod's on my next team. Very strong Pokemon in this meta. They make a nice catch on Tropius. So now I need to like just take every single move on Klefki here, because everything's resisted. Flying's resisted, grass is resisted, and try to make sure I come out with a move. But as you're going to see here, even resisted moves are going to start to add up on this Pokemon. What Klefki's stats are here, just to like put it in perspective about its move sets and stuff, if you happen to have one or if you see one and wondering how you should play it out. Because as you see, like that foul play doesn't take out, brutal. So 118, 134, 118 for 1885. Yeah, so kind of a weird one. Not even close to any sort of attack heavy, but doesn't have the defense or stamina to go with it. Like those are okay, but they're not amazing, which is why it feels like you can take a move, but not much more than that. Yeah, so this matchup I'm staying in, take the Psywaves and then maybe try and catch here. So yeah, Astonish, yeah, 4 damage, 3.33 energy, good damage. Again, missing stab there. But yeah, 40 for 60 on foul play, so you're only getting 60 there, whereas Play Rough is 108. So yeah, even resisted Play Rough probably does more than a non-stab foul play. Yeah, for sure it does. Not damage per energy wise, but just pure damage for sure. Play Rough. So if you can go Play Rough, I would probably just go Play Rough. Foul plays an okay like bait move and just maybe coverage move and stuff like that. Amoonguss getting off the Ice Beam here. This will take out, and out comes the Credilli. Can I get to an Ice Beam? Nope. Just going Sparkling Aria. It's neutral, right? They're half rock, and they shield, which is huge, and dump pretty quick. So I wouldn't be surprised if I go Feraligatr right away to try and get to the Feraligatr right away to try and get to the Ice Beam soon. They do get a move. I'll respect it, even though they're probably just going to go Rock Tomb because, look at that, Rock Tomb. And they now come in Lapras. So now I'm going to try and spam these Hydros, burn the Switch Clock, try and bank a move. It's going to be tight here. So here comes a Sparkling Aria, which does a ton of damage. Man, this move is insane. So get off the Hydro. Probably not enough to take out. It is enough to take out, but I have to kind of reset anyways. And so I was like, oh, I just need to like try and chip as much as I can for here. But Bullet Seed does like no damage, and I'm a Steel, so they try to farm down, and they do not get it. So again, one Play Rough would have taken them out, but they may have dumped their energy if I did that. So maybe that was just the right play in the ending. Ferrothorn, again, grass, you resist. They get out into Quillfish. Poison, you resist. And this is, I already kind of mentioned this. Like, if you don't have Klefki, use Ferrothorn, use Empoleon, Mawile. I went up against it multiple times. I had no problem with it going up against it because Fire Fang is just mostly like a fast damage, like hard. Wow, it's a fast move that's mostly focused on damage as opposed to energy generation. So, and Power Punch does nothing. So if you get it on like a Ferrothorn or something, it's fantastic. You're just gonna light it up. But if you get it on anything that's neutral, you're gonna lose. So I got on a bunch of like neutral Pokemon and you just lose. So not super sold on that. But again, steals have an insane amount of play in this meta, right? Poison's gonna be everywhere between Weezing and Tentacruel. I saw a decent amount of. There's Quillfish there. And then you have grass, you got your Ferrothorns, you got your Credillies, you got your whatever Pokemon, whatever other grass in this meta, Tropius. So you resist all that with your Steel. So yeah, it's a great Pokemon. I'll probably use it again next week to grind. Unfortunately, as a couple of you have mentioned in the Discord, 2 sets and you're already bored of this meta. And yeah, unfortunately this meta is like 10 Pokemon, and this is on for 2 weeks with Ultra League and Master League, and this, like, again, we hate this, but that's what we get. So next week here, I mean, the only sort of benefit for me is that next week here is Easter, so I'll be gone like Thursday through Monday, so I'll probably only have like maybe 1 video day. I'm gonna try and like shoot it in advance, but we'll see see when that see like what's going on there. And when is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'll do that for a video. April 18th, 2021 is when I started this channel. So I'm coming up, I'll be 4 years April 18th. So I'm going to do some sort of just like thank you video, maybe watch my old stuff, talk about just like, it's going to be a very damn video. Like just talk about like why I started the channel, how I started the channel, the evolution of the channel. So just something like, again, it'll be during Master League in the second week of this. So it's not like people are going to be searching for these videos. So might as well do something fun to celebrate 4 years. And that is definitely a video I can bank. 18th, what day is that? Friday? Perfect. That is either a second video on Friday or only video on Friday. We'll see how many of you submit videos, how many I can get ahead on. Yeah, that should be a good one just to trip down memory lane. And then Mawile here and Klefki in the back, and just time for feraligatr to do its thing here. Get the Hydro off. Not quite enough to take out, and I'll respect any move just because Mawile's, I don't need to respect Mawile at all. Fire Fang's resisted. Power Punch is not going to do anything to me. So here comes a Hydro. They're going to have to shield. Even if they get to a Power Punch, it's not going to take me out. Fire Fang resisted. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you can't get this Pokemon on like a grass or a steel, it's not a good Pokemon to use. So here comes the Hydro. This will take out for the win here. Cacturn, and this was against, who is this against? Is it I forget if it's a content creator or I don't know if it's a famous, it's a very recognizable name and I'm blanking on it. Anyways, I think this is a content creator, maybe a Twitch streamer, and I had no answer for this Cacturn because Ghost is resisted, Psywave is resisted. I have 2 waters in the back. Like, just a really tough situation that I wasn't able to overcome. Who the heck was it? Was it a subscriber or is it a content creator? I'm trying to remember all the Twitch content creators. I definitely know So yeah. Anyways, they asked to spray me, and we CMP, which is annoying. So I'm going to undercharge here so I can get a couple more side waves through to get that energy. Seems like, oh, yeah, it's definitely wasted energy there. And then they have their own lapras in the back, so resisted here. I don't have, so I'm just going to come for feraligatr. Try and get head on energy. Skull Bash would hurt, but I can't really make that call. I have to just save it for Cacturn here. So there's Cacturn, and again, I have no answer for this. So they burn a shield, and I think they just one shield Lapras for the win here. So glassy. So I'll get this off, and then yeah, too much health and shield and energy. Not a good combo for me here. So I came in here, I'm like, how much energy do I have here? Not enough. And we will go down here. It's really bothering me. It's really bothering me that I forget the name. Because as soon as I saw the name, I'm like, oh yeah, I know who this is. And I immediately forgot. I was doing it on the bus on the way home today. So we'll let this matchup play out. And then we will go, I think, a couple more battles here. Yeah, a couple more battles. As we finish off this. And like I said, I think I said it in my video yesterday. So like so I'm at like 2,500 veteran. My win-loss record is actually like quite good. It's like I don't think I played 200 games. I think I'm like a 133.66 record, like something like that right now. So I have a really good win-loss record for what, and I can't tell. And I can't tell whether it's because I'm more focused when I just play a couple sets, or it's that I just let all like the legends run to legend and expert already, and now I'm just facing people in like ace and veteran that maybe I should be a bit more ahead if I actually played all my matches. I can't tell what it is. Maybe it's a mixture of both. Like I said, I'm having more fun playing. I've played, and you know what? I'm not forcing it. I played 2 sets today with this team, and then I played 2 sets with my second team, and then I stopped. Like I could go another 1.5 sets, but like that's good. I got two teams that I can showcase. I saw at least one come in because I saw someone gave me permission to the team, so that I can showcase 2. Send me your battles. We'll do some event coverage here. If there's anything this weekend. If there's anything. It's not if there's anything this weekend. It's what is this weekend. Because this game is gotta have something every weekend, right? Something all the time. I think this thing's next week. I saw a couple people already talk about this. And when is the community day? Man, they announced community days like so far in advance now. I know Vanillite has a community day. Oh, it's not till end of... Okay. Let's talk about Vanillite. The fresh... Okay, they even call it the fresh snow Pokemon. So it looks like an ice cream cone. I've got a real problem with when they put this event. Sunday, April 27th. We're out of the fresh snow, although we just got dumped yesterday. If you saw my picture, I posted on the channel at 7 a.m. yesterday. We got a huge dumping of snow in April, which is so sad. At least I have my winter tires on still. So, but by the time we're in the end of April, we don't have any more snow here, and I don't think most places have any snow. So the fresh snow Pokemon doesn't make sense there. And if you're like, but it's an ice cream cone. Are you eating ice cream cones in April? Maybe if you live somewhere warm, sure. Like, ice cream cones are a June or July thing. What are we doing here? Crazy. Anyways, April 27th. Don't need to worry about that. Tingatink? Is that how you say it? I saw people going crazy about this Pokemon Wednesday, April 16th. Perfect, because we're not going to do Master League teams, so we'll just do this next Tuesday as well. Oh, there is an event this weekend. Sunday, April 13th. Sparring Partners Raid Day. Mega Heracross, Hirayama, and Scraggy. Oh, a new move. Starting with the event and continuing afterwards, the featured Pokemon will be able to learn the Charge Attack Upper Hand, 70 power, and a chance to lower the opposing Pokemon's defense by 1 stage. Interesting. How much energy are we looking at here? Someone said, I'll do an analysis because I feel like I saw someone write something about this, that it's a clone of a move. Because you can just look up, if just to give you like, you can, if you are, this is just like a hint for people if you want to like figure out in advance without knowing what the stats are for this, how to, like how to figure out if it's gonna be a good move or a bad move or something like that. But one, you could just do the base math. You can do like 35 for 70 would be 2 damage per energy, which would be insane, so it's not gonna be 35. 40 for 70. Do we have any other 40s for 70? Yes, we do. We have Aqua Jet, 40 for 70. But that's basically the only one. All the other 70s here are 45s. So Crunch is 45 for 70. Disarming Voice is 45 for 70. And Leaf Blade's 35 for 70, but no secondary. Liquidation's 45 for 70 with a 30% chance of lowering your opponent's defense. So the fact that it's a chance to lower your opponent's defense by 1 stage, I'm guessing it's going to be a liquidation / crunch clone. 45 energy, 70 damage, 30% chance of lowering your opponent's defense by 1. It would just make sense because those would just mirror the moves. So if we do that, put that on a fighter Pokemon, you know, you get stab on these fighter Pokemon so that 45 for 70 becomes 45 for what, 82 or whatever the bonus is. So suddenly you're looking a little closer to like 1.8 damage per energy with the 30% chance of lowering your opponent's defense. You know, there's potential there. So I'll do that coverage. I'll basically do what I just did there on I guess Saturday, because it'll be Sunday. So we'll do that. Yeah. But let me know what you're playing this week. Like, I know I saw a couple of you being like, I'm bored already of this cup and it's Ultra League. I do have an Ultra League video because someone submitted earlier in the season. So this afternoon will be Ultra League. So I'll have this Ultra League. Tomorrow, probably 2 Spring Cups because I got at least one of mine and I saw 1 viewer submission. So we'll probably do those 2 tomorrow. And we'll go from there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.